Well, again, we have no transition here. You can work on that.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get that.
I could have just turned this down, faded it out.
Yeah, I relied on just a point to me. And
Yeah, so we'll see if that. We actually had some intro music, so you may have heard it, you may not have heard it because we're not
good. Let's call it what it is.
Yeah, right. So here we are. We're back in the studio, so no obnoxious yelling people on the beach, and
nobody in dire need of rescue.
I did get feedback that the quality was not great. So I'm sitting on the beach with AirPods. So that's what you get. So today is September 21st, 2023.
Year of our Lord.
Welcome to episode 6.
Sure.
Number 6. So we actually got a message from Spotify congratulating us on 5 podcasts.
They want to have us out to do a function.
Yeah. We haven't heard that yet, but if you're a follower and you go to the podcast page, you will see the lost episode.
What?
I published the lost episode. So it's the episode that I deleted 30 minutes of material.
So it's a partial episode.
Yeah, you don't get to hear the lost portion. Only like the 3 or 4 minute intro. It's on there. You might as well put it on there.
Okay. All right.
I think it's had 1 listen.
That seems about right.
Not much interest.
All right.
That's okay.
Was it you? Or were you the one listening?
Yes, probably.
Okay.
I didn't think about that.
Nice to meet a fan.
I did listen. I listened to it more than once. You only get credit for 1. So today, the topic. So today we got a topic, and at the end of the session, Jamie has a story.
It's Jamie's story time.
So Jamie's going to have a story, and then there's going to be. It's not a poll. It's a.
Well, I just because I've told the story to a couple people, and so far I'm 0 for 2 on people that believe me that it happened. So I want to get your opinion, and then I'd like to get somebody to chime in if they think it's real.
Yeah, I'll give you my opinion.
I know.
Okay, so at the end, and then we're going to put something on there for A, true, B, false.
And then
Is that a poll? Wait, I'm trying to.
It's a multiple choice question.
True or false? I'm trying to adjust this, Mike.
Okay.
Okay, so today's topic
Okay.
is. It relates to automobiles,
Okay.
specifically to driving and things that may surround the driver, like pedestrians.
So are we talking courtesy on the road? Are we talking etiquette?
We're talking lack of.
Okay, I'm all for that. Yep.
So I'm going to start with, I actually had this experience this afternoon.
Okay.
So I'm driving to an appointment. I'm in the right lane, which is a turning lane.
Right.
We approach the intersection where there's traffic lights.
Gotcha.
The car in front of me is also turning right. The traffic light is green. There are cars oncoming that are also turning in the same direction. So they're turning left, but turning the same direction as we are. So the driver in front of me stopped and allowed the other people to turn. That's wrong.
Yeah, I understand where this other driver was trying to accomplish, or what this other driver's trying to accomplish, but no, that's crap etiquette.
Well, I mean, I think what you're saying is they're being considerate of the other people,
But not of you.
Right, because if the light changes, they won't get to turn, but they can still turn.
Yeah, and it all. Boy, I got to watch myself on this topic, because it'll be another one where I'll probably hog a lot of the time, because nothing riles me up more than poor etiquette, and it stems back to a lot of left turners. This world would be a better place if less people made left turns. And what I
Oh
mean,
yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah,
That I have an intersection that I come to every morning,
yeah,
and if someone's turning left, you
Mhm.
never get to go
yeah,
because there's no left turn signal.
yeah. In fact, I think we were going to lunch one day, and the girl that was driving us was going to go up to where there's a notorious problem for left-hand turners, and I squashed that junk right away. Said I would not be a party to it.
So you're thinking that what happened to me today was because of
Because of the
turn?
left turner. Yeah, left turner.
Okay, because the person thought
Yeah.
if I don't let them go, they'll never get to go.
Yeah, the person's just trying to be courteous.
But the problem is, those left turners actually had a left turning signal, so they had their signal.
So they had their chance, and
Well, I mean, they may have not gotten there
Well,
in
that's not the
turn,
issue,
but they
yeah.
would get a turn.
yeah. So yeah,
So what I see that can happen if someone does that, such as they did to me today, that's a rear end collision because the light's green, I'm turning right, they're turning right. There's no reason for them to stop.
right. I got you. Yeah, I'm with you. Now, as far as road etiquette goes, my anger begins and ends solely with four-way stops.
Yes, four-way stops.
Let me tell you something.
Okay, tell me. You tell me.
Okay, so this is an every morning occurrence of mine because I live in Fountain City, and
Where four-way stops pop up overnight.
where four-way stops pop up overnight, and there's one right in front of the local fire station there.
Yep.
And what I
should be a traffic light.
it could stand to be a traffic light, but what I will say is going up to a four-way stop, I've never seen so many people not know the rules of a four-way stop. There's several things that kind of grind my gears about it. One,
So before you go there,
okay,
what are the rules?
well, of course, the first one there tends to go, but if there's people there, get there at the same time, the car, like if three cars are there, the car to the right goes.
Right.
Well, these, and then everybody follows suit. The next one to the right, then the next one to the right. Well, the thing is now it's like Fury Road. Right now, it's people have no concept of first come, first serve. It's everybody's
Either you go or I'm going.
either you go or I'm going. Well, what gets on my nerves the worst though, and it shouldn't, but when you get there and it's clearly my turn, I don't know why this gets on my nerves so much. Maybe I should seek counseling. When I get there and
You
it's,
should just get over it.
there's some truth to that, but you know, I wouldn't be where I am today getting over things. You pull up to a four-way stop, clearly it's your turn. So, but the car right over that way waves me on
Yes.
like they're doing me a favor.
Yep. I don't like that.
No, I'm like, of course I'm going. It's my turn. Don't sit back and act like
You're doing something for me.
yeah, you're not noble here.
Well, and it works in the opposite way where it's clearly that person's turn, but they tell me to go.
Yeah,
And I'm like,
yeah. Listen,
what if I do that and then you crash me?
I'm here trying to obey the rules of this. You're trying to circumvent the rules.
Yeah, don't do that.
Don't do that. Follow suit.
Yeah, the reason we have rules is so that everyone can be on the same page,
And
the game is played the same by everyone.
And not fall into chaos. Did you just try to bait me into a board game topic? we had board games down as one of the topics, and we'll delve into that another time because I'm a stickler for some rules. But no, the four-way stop etiquette is severely lacking in this world. The pedestrians, that's a whole other thing.
Well, we're going to get to that.
Yeah. But yeah, no, at that one intersection, there's an intersection up in Fountain City, it's on Jacksboro Pike and Tazewell Pike, where I swear the left turners are the bane of my existence. Because I will miss 2 traffic lights for somebody trying to turn left there where there's no left turn signal. The thing is, I know this is sounding like I'm
Wait,
going.
there's another way you can go.
If you pass up the intersection, there's a turn 2 or 3 blocks down. There's multiple turns. You can get to where you're going. Don't hold everybody up behind you.
Well, it's the same. There's a traffic light at Washington Pike and Whittle Springs.
Yeah.
So it's a funky intersection anyway. There is a left turn lane if you're going east on Washington Pike, but not if you're going west toward Broadway. There's also a school there. So in the mornings, you have to go 20 miles an hour, which is not a big deal. But there's a lot of traffic coming from the school area.
Right.
Because there's more traffic. So if someone's turning left there toward Cecil,
Yeah.
it's not good. I mean, I never turn left there because I've lived on that road for 30 years.
Right.
So what I do is go on down past the school, turn left on Nadine, get to the same place.
Yeah. You see, that's the thing. There's so many back roads, you don't have to adhere to that. Left turners are the bane of existence. They're going to kill somebody.
I think that's the problem with society right now.
Left turning?
I'm going to say it probably has contributed to inflation and the losses in the stock market.
Now, are you speaking of left turning on the vehicle or left turning other places?
No, we're talking about driving.
Okay, we'll go with that.
I mean, unless you think of
there's
something
nothing
else.
I will sell the left turners short of accomplishing. They can bring down society. I'm convinced. I dare guess 100% of the SS soldiers were left turners.
Well, I wouldn't go that far, but I would say that it does definitely hamper productivity.
Oh, I agree with
If you multiply one episode times, literally millions a day, and equate that to a time factor, think about the time lost.
Well, UPS, these places, they route to avoid left
turns.
Yeah.
Right.
So if it's in analytics states that it is inconvenient or inefficient to turn left,
It is
Shouldn't
inefficient.
we all fall suit?
It's inefficient for the left turner
Yeah.
because they're waiting as well.
Just the other day, I saw a left turner get demolished cutting across the. I was sitting there going, stop, and pulls right out in the car, boom, right in front of a police officer too.
You think that may be a lot of the reasons for accidents? I feel like we've stumbled across a crusade.
Well, I'm happy to join you on this crusade. There's not many of the crusades that I think is worth the time. This is one of them.
This has become a PSA,
Well,
public service announcement.
I think we are making people's lives a little bit better today.
Left turners.
The worst.
Almost as bad as Ted Turner.
If you want to go right there, he did bring down WCW.
Oh, Ted. Okay. I think I could probably tell you a hot topic for driving.
Okay.
Left laners.
Okay.
Fast
now-
laners.
Okay, can I just say right off before you get going, there's no such thing as the fast lane.
Well, no, it's been negated.
It's the passing lane is what it is.
Okay. Yeah, well, you have to be faster to pass.
Yeah, but you need to get back over to the middle once you have an opening.
So I've my brother and I talked about this last night as I was making my 7-hour trip from Huntsville to Knoxville.
Mm-hmm.
221 miles in 7 hours. If every driver had to experience driving on the Autobahn, you would learn how to pass and get over.
I've heard my brother-in-law and sister and niece and nephew just got back from Germany, and they said it was pretty easy actually driving on the Autobahn. They said they were going 100, 110, and the cars would come up on you, but you just get right over and they pass you right up. They said it was very efficient driving down.
Yeah, but wait, they got over.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm fine if you're there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you're clipping along.
Yeah.
You're going faster than the other traffic.
Yeah.
But if I'm going a little faster, just get over.
Yeah, but on the Autobahn, I'm not going to hold somebody to a passing lane, fast lane comparison. They're all the
No,
fast lanes.
I think I like your terminology.
Yeah.
It makes more sense because if everyone thought of it that way, okay, so we're all riding if it's a 3-lane road, 3 lanes, then you're in the right 2 lanes and use the left 2 lanes to pass and get back over.
Of course, all 4 lanes now are crotch rocket weaving lanes.
Oh, I saw so much of that today.
Mm-hmm.
So I dread it when I see it because I just know they're going to drop that bike.
Yeah. Do you have business cards ready?
Traumatic brain injuries,
Yeah.
tough, man.
Real tough. Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I've got a ton of business cards, unfortunately. But
Yeah.
I saw a guy today doing it, and not only did he do that, he popped a wheelie.
You know, I want to act like I'm a really good person. I like to think I'm decent, but when I see the wheelie popping, I kind of want them to keep going back. I mean,
I don't want to see that.
I don't want to see it, but
No.
it's.
We were on Broadway driving, Abby and I were, and we're in the convertible. We're driving normal, it's capable. So a guy comes zooming up on a bike, stops beside of us at a red light, and starts yelling at me. And I was like, "What are you saying?" He said, "If you do a burnout, I'll do a wheelie." And I said, "This car won't do a burnout."
If you do a burnout, I'll do a wheelie.
Yeah. And first of all, if it could do a burnout, I wouldn't do it because
Tires cost money.
the tires are expensive.
Yeah.
Also, I don't want to drop my transmission or my clutch right there.
Right.
I'm worried about that. So I was like, I can't. I won't.
Yeah.
And of course, he takes off. And he rode a wheelie from the intersection at Coker and Broadway all the way past the post office, almost to the next light.
Oh, that's a real man. That's
Yeah.
a man's man.
And then he got through that light and rode it on past KFC and McDonald's.
Wow. What a hero. What a hero to us all.
I think if we were to take those folks to a unit where patients are spinal cord injured,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. No, all right.
And they're always males.
They're always males. Let me tell you, I have nothing against a motorcycle. I have a lot against the motorcycle driver because I'm always seeing bumper stickers, share the road. They're not sharing the road with me.
They don't share the road.
No. There's times and then.
Wait, this is not all bikers.
No, it's not all bikers, but
But even that,
and then when you're in a different state, like I don't think South Carolina requires helmets.
I don't know.
So I'm going to have to see somebody's head splatter open when
Well, I think they did that just to
decrease the surplus population.
Speed the process.
Give out the Darwin Awards.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd love to have a bike.
Oh, if everybody would guarantee not being on the road when I'm on the road, I would have one. But I just don't. I don't trust you all.
Anybody.
Yeah,
not on a bike.
The royal you all.
Let me tell you something even worse. Try riding a 20-pound road bicycle on the road. Talk about the rage you get from people in cars. Hey, you will kill me. I am not going to injure you.
Right.
So get over.
Yeah. Now, I could be mistaken, but aren't bicyclists or cyclists supposed to adhere to basic road rules though, like four-way stops?
Yeah. Well, the rules are the same. So unless there's a specific bike lane, the cyclist can use the entire lane.
Yeah.
The entire lane. Now, people will get, I don't know if they've never ridden a bicycle. I think they think you're supposed to stay on the line, which is 4 inches wide.
Yeah.
Can you do that?
No.
I mean, I'm pretty good, but I try. Vehicles are supposed to give at least 3 feet.
Yeah.
That's not a lot.
No.
But cyclists are supposed to stop at 3-way stops or 4-way. 3 ways?
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't have to stop at 4-way stops.
No, they zoom through.
Well, I zoom through too.
You zoom through too?
Well, I mean, if there are no vehicles.
Let me tell you something. We'll have a talk about that later on. But I want to hark back to the motorcycle people.
Mm.
Because I have been in several arguments about this. Lane splitting. Where you're at a traffic
then
light.
they go through the middle.
Everybody says that's legal.
It's legal?
That evidently is legal. If that's the case, bureaucrats have dropped the ball and are out to make me angry.
I don't know that that's legal.
I've been told by multiple people that is a legal maneuver to split lanes.
Well, if it is legal, it's not wise.
No, and I think they put that they think they made that legal just to make me angry. I think they're out to rile me up. I mean, not that it's all about me.
I thought it was.
Well, in my little nook of the world, a good portion of it is, but I don't know. What are you doing? Are you looking up a road?
Yeah, lane splitting, state by state laws.
Oh, criminelli.
So, let's just get it right.
Let's cut to the chase.
It is only in the United States. It is only legal in which state do you think?
California.
California. Ding, 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 ding. So Washington, Oregon, Idaho, Nevada, Utah, Colorado, Wyoming, North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska, Kansas, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Iowa, Illinois, Indiana, Michigan, New York, Maryland, all the New England states. Maryland, Virginia, Tennessee, South Carolina, Georgia, Florida, Louisiana. Illegal.
Well,
Now, the states I didn't mention, it says not mentioned and not specifically prohibited. So it's not, they don't say it's legal, they don't say it's illegal.
I didn't hear you mention Florida. Did you mention Florida?
Florida's illegal.
All right, good.
So Mississippi, they don't care.
They got bigger fish to fry down there.
Either way. Hawaii, Alaska, illegal. So we don't want to see any lane splitting unless we're in California, folks.
Is it legal or not legal or illegal in Montana? Because there's like 4 people, so I can't imagine.
They didn't even mention Montana.
Yeah, I'd say anything goes in Montana.
It's not mentioned or not specifically prohibited.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's nobody on the road. Why do you need to lane split?
No, that's true.
So,
yeah,
maybe do some moose splitting.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, are we ready for story?
We're not ready yet.
What are you talking about?
We're not quite there.
Okay.
So, one of the things we didn't talk about is pedestrians.
Okay.
So specifically, walking on the side of the road. Now I'm going to tell you the things I have observed. So people walking toward traffic on the side of the road, yet there's a sidewalk on the other side of the road. So if I have the option, I'm going to the sidewalk, even if I'm walking away from traffic. Because
why would you not pick the sidewalk?
I don't know. I see this all the time. Now, I applaud them for
what?
walking toward traffic.
Yeah, which is what you should do.
Because that's wise. But if you had to choose between that and the sidewalk.
Yeah.
You're further removed. It's specific for you.
Plus, my taxpayer money went to supply it.
Yeah.
Take advantage of it.
Yeah, and they're costly to keep up, maintain.
Yeah.
So, but I think there's a failure with a lot of these things from parents. So I've ingrained these things in my children since I put them in a car.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hey, okay, we're coming to the four-way stop. Do you know who goes first?
Let me reference Jamie at the
Yeah.
podcast.
Jamie. And then obviously safety walking on the road.
Yeah.
I would rather see the vehicle coming so I know to get out of the way.
Yeah, there's far more bad things that happen if it's coming by.
And it's even worse these days because people aren't looking. They're
Right.
looking at other things, like something in their hand,
Yeah.
even though it's not supposed to be there.
The other day I was driving, I saw a lady with a baby in the back seat with a lit up, I'm assuming Marlboro Red in the left hand, her phone in her right hand, driving with her knees. And
How do you know she's driving with her knees?
I was right beside her looking
Oh,
in.
you could see.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm assuming evolution hadn't given her her third arm yet.
there you go. Statement on society.
Yeah.
So many things there. Child in the car, smoking,
Yeah.
on the phone,
Yeah.
not maintaining control of the vehicle. Was
Yeah.
the child in a car seat?
It didn't matter at that point. That there was so much going wrong that I don't even think a car seat would have saved her.
Well, I mean, firsthand experiences for me, running on the road, on the side of the road, not lane splitting. I always make eye contact with the drivers coming.
Right.
Now, sometimes it's impossible because they never look up. So you better be facing traffic.
Right. I mean, when you're running on the road, though, don't you avoid busy roads? Like, I don't understand why people...
Yes.
Because I'll be driving down Tazewell Pike, which, for those of you who are uninitiated, Tazewell Pike's a pretty...
Oh, it's terrible.
a pretty treacherous stretch of road if
It's
you're
so
a
busy.
pedestrian. And I'm every time I see somebody jogging or doing anything like that, I'm like, there are far better options to get your exercise than...
Well, maybe they're only on there for a short.
I can't speak to the maybe.
But yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you're... I mean, I always like cycling or whatever. If I know I'm going to be on a semi-busy road, I go early.
Yeah.
Like Sunday morning, sunrise,
Yeah.
nobody's out.
Nobody's out. Yeah.
But
you know, pedestrians, you know, I'm a big believer in parking lots that pedestrians have the right of way. When I'm on here in Knoxville, go like on Tennessee's campus,
yeah,
I know they have the right of way, but I think they are fools to assume they have the right of way.
well, they always have the right of way.
They always have the right of way, but I'll see somebody driving down the road, and these students in higher education just assume
That they're
they
going to
have
stop or...
Listen, I don't
No.
care if by law or if by rule, if I'm given the right of way, I am myself giving the right of way to the 2,000-pound killing machine, and not just saying, okay, well, it's my turn.
Yeah, no.
No.
Well, I mean, if it goes wrong,
Yeah.
it's going to be bad.
Yeah, and it's on the driver. But
it is on the driver, but the pedestrian's going to be hurt.
yeah.
And they could have avoided it.
Yeah, just make sure that the car's going to stop. But I see people just like the other night we went to a play over on campus,
Yeah.
and I think sun's going down, it's getting dark. People are just assuming that these cars are going to stop, and I don't know. Like you say, people are looking at something in their hand. People are...
Well, it's so easy to be distracted these days.
I
The
mean-
cars drive themselves almost.
but there's just too much assuming that somebody's going to do it the right way.
Well, I think it's incumbent upon the motor vehicleist to look out for the pedestrian and the cyclist because, again, the car's probably going to be okay.
Yeah, I agree with you.
And people are stupid.
It is incumbent on the motor vehicles to make sure that the coast is clear. But as a pedestrian, I'm going to make sure the coast is clear.
Well, that's a person with common sense.
Why, thank you. Would you like to borrow some?
What's your interest rate?
30%.
Better than
Better than that Walgreens credit card I was
Better than
automatically
Cash
approved for. Yes, better than them.
could I get 150,000?
We're not that express.
Cash Express. All right, James. So
Okay.
that's I guess you can go into your little thing.
All right. Well, what happened? Happened on Saturday, and I want to say I don't use the phrase miracle often, but I think I've witnessed one. Okay, I went fishing Saturday with my friend. We'll call him Tater. I don't want to use his real name.
Tater salad.
No, just Tater. We'll stick with Tater. So Tater and I was fishing, and we're fishing up at the Chick. That's up near Chattanooga, Lake Chickamauga.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's right. We're fishing the Chick. So it was slow fishing, and we were struggling. Well, Tater finally hooks one. He was fishing with a worm, a soft plastic. Well, he didn't feel it hit, so just took the lure and went. So we got it on board, and it was a nice little bass. It was just, I think, around 2 pounds. Nothing major, but, a keeper. Well, the thing was bleeding like a stuck pig. I mean, gushing. Blood pouring out.
Gills?
Out the gills because he swallowed the hook too far.
Yeah.
We hated it. I mean, as a bass fisherman, conservation's pretty big in the bass fishing game. So, excuse me, we got the hook out. The worm was, just drenched in blood. Blood was all over our britches, all over the deck of the boat. Put it in the live well. Of course, Tater was, upset that the fish was going to die, which it still would count in our weigh in. It's just you get docked some points if you bring in a dead fish. So, about 30, 40 minutes later, I thought I'd check in on the live well, and it was a bad sight, man.
Full of blood.
Well, it was bleeding in there, and it was real dark. And
Were there other fish in there?
not yet. It was a slow day, like I say. I saw a little flicker of light. I looked down there. Fish was sitting at a little roll-top desk, sorting out its affairs. It was dying. It was filling out its will.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
It gave me a look like, why?
Yeah.
And I was
What
like,
did I do?
this is bad. This is bad. I was speaking to Tater. I said, there's got to be something we can do. And he said, well, I've heard this. I don't know if this will work, but I heard this will.
Did you have flour?
No, we did not have flour. He went into not the tackle box, went into the cooler, pulled out a Gatorade Zero fruit punch, proceeded to pour that Gatorade into the fish's mouth, put the fish back in the live well. A couple hours later, I look in there, that fish is pumping iron. It's doing great. It's recovered fully. So we get back to the weigh-in. We look, that fish is doing fantastic. We weigh it in. I put it back in the water. That fish was so healthy that kind of did a little flip and give me a little fin salute and takes off. The miracle is Gatorade heals dying fish. What do you think about that?
How?
I don't know. It was a miracle.
Well, I choose not to believe that simply because you have no science.
There doesn't need to be science. I witnessed this miracle.
So, is Gatorade Zero fruit punch?
Yeah. Saves fish that have gushed out about 4 pints of blood.
So, stops bleeding?
I don't know.
Replaces blood?
It replaces electrolytes. Maybe with fish that is equivalent to blood. Do you think that, doesn't it sound like that I'm telling the truth here?
Well, I probably would have believed your story a little bit more if you hadn't have thrown in the roll-top desk and the fish pumping iron.
Well, obviously that was, from the beginning of time, since man learned to expel words from his mouth, the art of storytelling existed. Well, where there was storytelling, there was the tall tale.
So this is a tall tale?
No. This is a true story. But never has tall tales been more prevalent than in the fishing industry. It was built on it.
That's true.
So you got to allow me a little poetic license. So, of course he wasn't pumping iron. They don't have thumbs. They can't even lift the roll top desk. But
You're being dramatic.
yeah, for drama. But this whole scenario did play out. That fish was sideways in that live well. That fish, that water was red. Now the redness dissipated as the pump of the live well cycled in.
Oh yeah, okay.
But the Gatorade, my friend, the Gatorade brought that fish from the precipice of death to where it was a thriving fish. I think it even may have gained 6 ounces in muscle from the time we put it in that live well
You just keep stretching it.
till we weighed it in. That iron that fish was pumping. I mean, it had a 6-pack.
So, did you ever catch any other fish?
A couple small ones. We caught a 12-inch Kentucky bass or spotted bass, which counts.
Mm-hmm.
But no, it was a slow day for everyone. But I'm here to tell you,
So there were other fish in there?
in the live well with this fish that was dying, no, at the time that was our only fish.
No, but I mean in the end.
Yeah, 2.
Okay. So how do you know that the other fish didn't do something to save the fish?
No, when I look in there and it's writing out its last will and testament, no other fish was in there. That's when we decided to pour the Gatorade down its mouth.
So he was all recovered before you caught
Yeah.
the other fish.
Yeah. He was already mentoring that fish when we put it in there. It's like, they're all right here. They take care of you.
I mean, I don't doubt your story. I just doubt the belief or the method that the Gatorade saved the fish.
There's nothing else that we did to this fish. This fish,
That's exactly right.
Gabriel's trumpet was summoning that fish home.
I don't think that's what Gabriel does.
Does he?
I thought he announced the arrival of
Well, you're talking in the human world. I'm talking in the fish world.
Gabriel the fish.
Keep up with the fish here. So I'm telling you, as somebody who witnessed this miracle, that not only did Gatorade stop that bleeding, Gatorade made that fish a better fish.
I wonder if there's any case studies on this.
I doubt it. I don't need a case study. I was the case study. I was there. Are you still typing?
Mm-hmm.
So you don't believe the story?
I'm just checking to see if there's any news about Gatorade keeping fish from dying.
I don't see.
It looks like the search strikes out Gatorade.
Yeah, are you using Google?
No, I use Bing.
Oh, like Bing wants you to know. They're big government.
Well, I mean, there's nothing to prove that it doesn't work.
Oh, it works. It works.
Do you know who invented Gatorade?
Some scientists at University of Florida.
Dr. Robert Cade.
Well, when he invented it, it tasted like straight up doo-doo. My dad would talk about it as if it was the saltiest concoction known to man.
Well, I mean, it was in the 60s, so.
Well, this is right after the only other alternative was salt tablets. You about to die? Here's a salt tablet.
Well, they still use those too.
I
There he
bet.
is, Dr. Robert Cade.
And you see, you're about to die, use a salt tablet. About to die, drink this Gatorade. Fish, you're about to die. Let's pour this ice cold, this Gatorade Zero.
Well, I'm glad they improved it because traditionally it tasted so bad athletes would vomit after drinking it.
Oh yeah. Pop would tell me all the time about that. Now I do wish they had the old glass bottles. Remember the glass bottles Gatorade?
Oh, yeah.
And I wish they had the old gum. You remember the old Gatorade gum?
Gatorade gum.
My heavens, that would have saved that. That fish would have took off flying if I'd have thrown some gum down his throat.
Well, it's a fantastic story. And I think a story is exactly what it is.
It's the gospel.
It's a fishtail.
It is quite literally a fishtail, but it is not.
It is a fishtail.
It is not a big fishtail. So, that's the end of the story. That's so stupid. That was so stupid.
Oh, well, hopefully it recorded that.
I hope so too.
Well, that was great, Jamie.
Thank you.
I have to say.
Thank you.
I'm not sure that was a complete waste of 10 minutes, but
No, it's not a waste of 10 minutes. Now, when you're in a pinch out into the wild and you come across a wounded animal, always have a bottle of Gatorade with you. You may save a
I
lot.
thought it only worked for fish.
I don't know if it only works for fish. I hadn't had a chance to. I'm not going to go out and shoot a bird and show.
Well, I mean, if it works on other animals, wouldn't it work on humans?
It may.
Possibly.
It may. We may have discovered something epic.
So you just pour it into their lungs?
That just down its throat.
I think we're going to end.
You had such a look of derision. And
You got any
disgust.
closing music?
I don't want to wait for my life to be over.
Okay, so that's enough of that. So we're going to put
A poll up that if people think I'm lying or telling the truth.
true or false.
Because I know how this poll's going to go, because I know a great deal of our listeners. Nobody ever gets my side on this stuff.
I mean, why would they? It's not real.
Because I'm telling the truth. I was there. There's one man out there that knows the truth of
Tater.
it. Tater.
Man called Tater.
And man called Tater.
Tater. All right, guys. We're going to end it there.
And you're welcome.
So, just thinking about next week. If you remember, next week is
What?
live at Balter.
Wait, no. Listen, we're going to talk about that.
We will talk about it. So, we'll see.
We will definitely see.
But let's. We're going to plan for Tuesday or Thursday. Let me just look here. Hey, make sure I don't have to have my appendix out or anything. Tuesday or Thursday.
If you do, we just shove some Gatorade down your gob. That thing will heal right up.
So Tuesday or Thursday. Which day do you want to do podcast next week?
That all depends.
Let's do Tuesday. Okay, so we're going to do podcast on Tuesday, and it may be from Balter.
And it may not be from Balter.
Well, one of us will be there at least.
You see, you can't do that.
Yep. I mean, if you're not going to enjoy it, I will.
You see, you know I'm not going to enjoy it.
I mean,
I feel like you're just going to drag me out there for the sake of seeing me panic.
that's why we do this.
That's why we do it, to get me to panic?
That's why we do stuff.
Oh, crap.
He lives for this.
Do I? So
All
I feel
right,
like
well,
it's killing me.
We're going to bid you adieu.
A fondue as we resolve this evening's for its best tidings. That's a saying.
What was that?
That's a saying. I've said that my whole life.
Say it again.
I bid you a fondue as I resolve this evening for its best tidings.
Dusty and I used to say, I've said good day, son.
And I said, good day, sir.
I've said good day.
Yeah.
All right.
Always have Gatorade handy.
Gatorade and a book to write down your stories.
Oh, yes.
Okay, we'll see you Tuesday. At least one of us will be at Balter. I'm planning on. I have a T-shirt to wear.
You can wear it here. You don't have to just go out to.
The whole idea is so people see it.
What people?
People at Balter.
They're going to be like, who's this guy sitting here?
That's the whole thing.
You see, I wouldn't be able to have the courage to tell the bass fishing out in public.
You're not even talking to them. You're talking to the podcast. You're just there. You're not talking to the people. They just happen to be there and are curious about what's going on.
Are they curious?
Where do you want this thing to go?
Not to Balter this next Tuesday.
Oh, my gosh. All right, Tuesday. It's going to happen. So, Tuesday, 5:30 Tuesday.
What? Did you just synchronize your watch?
No, I was just checking the time.
Oh, okay.
5:30 Tuesday, September 26th, Balter.
Did we rename this place to Balter?
No, we didn't. All right, we'll see you then.
Later.